This was kind of a difficult match to assess at the beginning because Illinois was coming into the match. I mean, they were a higher ranked team. They had more ranked players than us. They had the number one ranked kid in the country at his weight class at 157 pounds, and he was an All-American against our All-American at 157, Joe Johnston. But Johnston had only beaten him twice out of 6 times in the past. So, I mean, just the odds weren't really in our favor going into it, just because the matchups weren't really they don't really match up well. And again, at different weight classes throughout, 125, Iowa was without Lucas Magnani, so they had to wrestle their backup Trent Goodale against the number 3 ranked kid in the country. Well, Alex, he came out and he really set the tempo really early because he's definitely a relative unknown, which is a true testament to the program that Jim Zaleski has built at Iowa, because he's a backup to Ty Eustace, who rightfully so is an All-American. He's a backup that comes out and he wrestles against the 7th ranked kid in the country, whose older brother is the number 1 ranked kid in the country, and he just goes out there and he sets the tone and he takes him down immediately and really forces his style of wrestling and his tempo on Troy almost immediately, and gets the back points right away. Jumps out to the early lead. He got the crowd into it. So yeah, I mean, I think that the most impressive thing about Alex's performance on Friday was just that, I mean, where Iowa was at in the match, they were already losing. They were down big already. So to come out right after the intermission and kind of set the pace, and he really rejuvenated the entire team and kind of put life back into the crowd, because I mean, you have to understand that no one thought that he was going to go out and win that match. No one. I mean, Zaleski, I don't care what he said. There's nobody that thought that Alex was going to win this match. He was wrestling against a kid that has, that's a perennial All-American, whose brother is a national champion, who, like, he's just got the pedigree of a wrestling champion. And Alex came out and just really forced the tempo and wrestled, like Ty Eustace would have wrestled, and he really set the pace, and he got the crowd back into it, and he gave Iowa life again. I mean, even though they would end up eventually losing in the end, he made it a match, and he made it close, and gave them a chance to win. And when otherwise, I mean, no one really did give him a chance to win. No one expected what happened.